What does the month of December 2024 hold for us, our future, and the future of our beautiful, amazing planet Earth? December is going to be ushering in a wide range of intense energies and alignments that are going to bring along with it some amazing new opportunities, new inventions, and amazing new discoveries, along with some unfortunate major earthquakes, and I'm going to key in where I believe they are going to be, along with some really craziness as we see a crazy train of truth revolved around corruption begin to take off. Choo-choo, baby. It's going to be interesting. As we step into December, we step into an intense energy shift, making December likely the most intense month of 2024 so far. The most intense month of the year. So what can you expect in the month of December? Well, for starters, we're going to be seeing major changes revolved around the educational systems, new travel regulations, economic woes taking us into 2025, and it's literally going to be intense and awesome, all wrapped up in one. Today, I'm going to break down for you the month of December utilizing the numerology and important Western astrological alignments for the month of December, so that you know what to expect, and more importantly, so that you can take advantage of the month of December, along with some very specific predictions from my team of spirit guides. This is my December 2024 forecast and predictions. Welcome to December 2024, and a huge happy birthday goes out to all our December Sagittarians, along with our late December Capricorns. And if you happen to have a birthday coming up in the near future, you are going to want to take advantage of it because it is the most powerful day of the year. So check out my video, The Most Powerful Day of the Year, so that you can utilize your birthday in the weeks leading up to your birthday, so that you can make the best out of your astrological new year, which happens to be your birthday, the most powerful day of the year. Check it out. I'll leave a link up above. The month of December in the realm of numerology is a 2 universal month. How do we come up with that? Well, first we take the year we're in, which is an 8 universal vibration, 2024, and we add that 8 to the number of the month that we're in. So 8 plus 1 plus 2 is an 11, and 1 plus 1 is 2, bringing us into the 2 universal month in numerology, which brings with it this very gentle and profound energy that's going to invite us to focus on the areas in our lives of harmony, patience, and connection. Your patience definitely will be tested in the month of December, especially with the astrological alignments that we have coming up as well. This is a time to really lean into your power when it comes to your relationships, whether it's your relationship with others, whether, more importantly, your relationship with yourself, and also your relationship with the elements, the nature, the earth, the air, the fire, the water, friends, and your connection and relationship with the universe. Remember, universe is the one driving you through this life. Universe is your Uber driver. And universe just needs a destination. And this month is a perfect month to focus on where your destination's leading you in the year 2025. Take advantage of the 2 vibration. Because last month you were likely all over the place in that 1 vibration, trying to figure things out. Very ungrounded, especially with the pre-shadow and the direct retrograde energies coming in. Well, this month can help you to get a little bit more grounded. So get out there, friends. Connect with nature. Number 2 also resonates with balance, cooperation, and a deep sense of intuition. I tell you all the time how important your intuition is. The animals in the forest live by their intuition. It's just we've been brainwashed out of acknowledging our own intuition. Your intuition is important. Remember, your first instinct is always 100% correct. So balance, cooperation, a deep sense of intuition, and as this year draws to a close, the energy of December is going to ask you to reflect on your partnerships, the partnerships that you have nurtured, and the ways that you can align more fully with the vibrations of love and of understanding. In this month of December, the message is very clear. Slower steps are going to lead to the greatest clarity. Baby steps, friends. The number 2 is reminding us that this process isn't always about making grand gestures. It's actually the small intentional actions that end up building amazing bridges to the future. So take little steps. Remember, big things come in little packages. Trust in the process of collaboration. Whether it be within your career, within your friendships, or when it comes to your own spiritual growth. Collaboration, remember, 2 is the duo, working together in partnerships. And again, whether it's your career, relationships, friendships, or spiritual partnerships, and so forth. Be willing to make sure that you take time to listen deeply, and to do so not just with your ears, friends, but with your heart. Always listen from your heart. This energy is all about trusting your intuition. And that intuition comes from following your heart and listening to your heart. So when you're faced with any kind of uncertainty in the month of December, allow that inner voice to help guide you towards the peace and serenity that you need and deserve in the month of December, as this year comes to a close. December's 2 vibration, the 2 energy, also is going to encourage you to be very receptive, knowing that your softness is actually your strength. See, sometimes people get things all backwards and flipped around. 2 vibration in this 2 universal month is also going to serve to all of us a reminder that the true power lies within unity and grace, partnerships, cooperation, the duo of the number 2. That's like the most important symbology revolved around that 2 vibration is the duo, the partnerships. So if any kind of challenges happen to arise for you in the month of December, there's actually opportunities and challenges to practice some patience, to seek some solutions through compassion, rather than doing so through conflict. We don't need conflict, especially with the holidays coming up, friends. We know how certain family members can get during the holidays. Don't plug into it. Instead, reach out like you're unplugging something from the wall and say, I am unplugging from your energy. Thank you. Don't plug into conflict. Smile, unplug, and go do your own thing. Because with this Mercury retrograde and all the planetary influences that are coming in December, conflict is definitely not something you want to plug into anytime, but especially in the month of December. Because this month is also a month to release everything and anything that no longer aligns with your peace and your serenity and your goals in your life. Big time of letting go before we step in and bloom into the months that are to come in 2025. So let the month of December be a really powerful time for you to have a small, gentle awakening. You know, I know we all want to see people awaken overnight. It just doesn't work that way. Some people do. But it's rare. And it's actually the little gentle awakenings that are actually the best and the most powerful over time. So when you honor the quiet beauty of your connection and the sacredness of the balance in your life and the duo of that number 2, you're going to make the month of December an amazing, awesome month. Once again, the 2 vibration in the realm of numerology is all about harmony, balance, intuition, and partnerships. So in order to thrive under this energy, it is very important to align your actions with this gentle, cooperative essence of the number 2. So here is some very inspirational do's and don'ts to help guide you through the month of December with grace and with purpose. Starting with the most important, the things you definitely want to be doing in the month of December, starting with focusing on collaboration. Remember, the month in that 2 vibration calls for teamwork. It calls for partnerships. So seek out ways in your life to work harmoniously with others, whether it be in your personal relationships, again, your professional endeavors, or your spiritual practices. That too can also help lift you up to other levels when it comes to your spiritual practices. So let this month be a bridge that helps to connect your ideas and people with each other. And in turn, when you focus on collaboration, you will ensure that your month of December goes with ease and joy. One thing you definitely want to do in the month of December under that 2 vibration is embrace patience and understanding, because the 2 vibration thrives on peaceful energy. So when situations test your patience, and they're going to in December, especially with the Mercury retrograde and all the other things that are going on in December. So when anything does happen to test your patience, remember to pause. Don't immediately respond. Pause, and when you do respond with a little bit of empathy. Trust that your resolutions are going to come. Resolutions will come in their own time. Be patient, and it'll all work out great. Next, you definitely, of course, always want to listen to your intuition, but more so when we are in that 2 vibration as we're stepping into a new year. Because December's energy is actually going to enhance our intuitive abilities. So pay attention to your gut feelings. Pay attention to your dreams. Write things down. It's always very, very important to write things down, especially your dreams. And remember the little signs that come in around us through nature and all through our allies, the animal, plant, and insect kingdom. Little signs that are always there to give us little nudges. Pay attention to those signs in December, friends, because they are going to be guiding you towards your highest good. So do not ignore your intuition in the month of December. The month of December, also a perfect do is to nurture your relationships. Strengthen your bonds with loved ones, with your allies. Offer a helping hand to somebody that may need it, especially with the holidays again. Some decorating. Give your neighbors a little hand putting those lights up. Share a kind word, like you look beautiful today. I do that all the time, and I believe it's important to always share kind words and compliments, when deserved, of course. But do that. Take some time to do that, because it's only going to come back to you, the law of attraction. Make sure, more importantly, that you're expressing gratitude throughout the month of December. The more we focus on our blessings and miracles, the more blessings and miracles that are going to flow into our lives. The more you sit around shouting and pouting, bitching and complaining, the more the universe is going to give you to shout and pout and bitch and complain about. It's not worth it. So focus on your gratitude and express that gratitude to others as well. The love that you give now is going to ripple outward, and it's going to return to you 3 to 10 times over. So get out there and make it happen, friends. And the last important do for the month of December is seek balance in self-care. Prioritize, friends. You know how to do that. But you have to prioritize balance between work, rest, and playtime. Got to have balance there. Some folks work, and they don't take no time for rest or no time for play. Try your best to make that balance out in the month of December. Create moments of stillness to help recharge your life and to help you reflect. Go sit down by the waters by yourself or with your partner or with your spouse. A well-nurtured self is always going to be a better equipped self when it comes to helping nurture others. Like they say, how can you love somebody else if you don't love yourself first? Well, same thing goes with this. How can you nurture anybody else if you're not nurturing yourself first? So make sure that you seek balance, self-care, and nurture yourself during this holiday season in the month of December. Moving on to the very important do nots, the don'ts of the 2 vibration in the month of December. The first one, don't rush decisions or processes, especially in the first half of December. We're in that heavy Mercury retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius. Delay. And I was just actually listening to the news this morning. They were talking about major delays coming with the airlines. That was in my predictions for November. So don't rush into decisions or any kind of process. Expect there to be delays. The 2 vibration, again, emphasizes on patience. Just a little patience. Yeah, you're going to be singing that to yourself all month, friends. You're going to definitely need some patience. It's good. Patience is a good thing. They say patience is a virtue. So avoid forcing outcomes. Avoid forcing anything or rushing into any kind of conclusions, because otherwise you're going to end up regretting it. Trust in the timing of the universe, because everything is about absolute divine timing. And when you do, things will unfold naturally and in amazing ways. As I said earlier with the do's, but now moving on to the do nots, don't engage in conflict, friends. We talked about do avoid conflict. Well, we're saying it again. Don't engage in conflict. Conflict can feel particularly very draining under the energies that we're going into in the month of December. More draining than normal. So steer clear of that, of arguments or any kind of power struggles or anything. Instead, seek compromise and understanding. Even if it means taking the high road for once. Sometimes you just got to take the high road and let them take the low road. Sometimes you just got to choke it up and smile. And remember what I told you. I'm unplugging from your energy. Thank you. Turn, walk away, and be joyful. You'll be glad that you did not engage in any conflict in the month of December. I know it's getting a bit chilly out this time of year in different parts of the Northern Hemisphere, but you don't want to isolate yourself in the month of December. While introspection is valuable, of course, the two is actually reminding us that connections actually matter, very importantly. So resist that urge to withdraw completely from others and allow others to actually support and uplift you. Sometimes we need that, and sometimes others need you to do that for them or vice versa. So again, do not isolate yourself. Don't sit around pouting during the holidays. Get out, even if it's going for a walk, saying hello to strangers walking by. You'll be glad that you did not isolate yourself in the month of December. You definitely do not want to ignore your emotional needs. And I know a lot of people do that. A majority of people do that at points in their lives and throughout the year. Don't ignore emotional needs, friends. Suppressing emotions or avoiding any kind of vulnerability can actually block the flow of harmony and the harmonious energies that are flowing in. So honor your feelings and communicate those feelings with passion and compassion. I know water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, I know they love to hold in all their emotions. And it doesn't have to be your sun sign. I have a moon sign, Cancer. I was notorious for doing that when I was younger. But I worked really hard on not doing that anymore, and I do not. I have no problem telling people when they're being a little bit of a donkey. Sometimes you just got to tell people. And sometimes people got to tell you you're being a donkey. So don't ignore your emotional needs, friends. So very important in the month of December. And lastly, in the realm of don'ts and the two vibration, don't overlook the little details, friends, because the two energy is going to require you to be gentle but very focused in your approach on things this month. So be mindful of all the details, whether it's the details of your interactions, the details of your projects and commitments, because small oversights right now in the month of December can create total unnecessary challenges later on. So pay attention and don't overlook those fine details. December's 2 vibration overall is a very powerful reminder for all of us that strength actually lies in softness. And progress comes through cooperation, the duo, partnerships, and working with others. By embracing these do's and don'ts that I've just provided for you, you will totally align with this very peaceful, intuitive energy that the month of December is offering up for all of us, setting the stage for a very harmonious journey into 2025. So I hope you take great advantage of the 2 vibration and follow with your heart the do's and don'ts to ensure that your month flows with ease and joy and flows into a much more amazing direction. Now let us look to the stars so that they can help navigate us in the realms of Western astrology, because as we step into the month of December, the cosmic energies of the stars are going to invite us all to explore expansion, reconnect with purpose, and to build solid foundations for the coming year, 2025. With these powerful illuminations that are coming into play in these planetary shifts, and the solstice, powerful solstice grounding energy that's coming in on the 21st, December is going to be a month for all of us to align with our truth, to release what no longer serves us, and to plant the seeds for an amazing, fulfilling future in 2025 and beyond. The month of December kicks off in an amazing, magical way. On December 1st, when we have the new moon stepping into the sign of Sagittarius. And that moon is going to come with a burst of optimism and vision. The new moon in Sagittarius is a call of adventure. Get out there, friends. It's urging us all to dream big and to align to our highest aspirations and to begin new adventures. Remember that 2 vibration. Also helps us to get a foothold on things. Perfect time to begin a new adventure, especially with that Sagittarius new moon kicking in on the very first day of December. And Sagittarians, their fiery energy is all about expansion. It's all about inspiring us to take bold steps towards our personal growth and spiritual exploration, which goes hand in hand with that 2 vibration and intuition, right? So set your intentions and set your intentions that stretch beyond your comfort zone. Go, dream big, as I say. Are you a big dreamer? Because I'm a big dreamer. Dream big, friends. Dream big. Focus on wisdom, freedom, and a renewed sense of purpose. Because this is a great time starting December 1st to embrace faith in your journey, even if your path ahead feels a bit uncertain, as many of our paths do from time to time. Don't let that uncertainty get in your way. Remember, we're stepping into a new year in December, and this new moon is a great time on December 1st to start planting those seeds and those visions of where you already are in the future. Things get real on December 6th when we have the planet Mars, the planet of conflict and chaos, stationing in retrograde in the sign of Leo. And this fiery energy is going to have us focusing inwardly. It's a very powerful time, friends. It's a powerful moment for us to reassess our passions, our creative pursuits, and our personal leadership. Think about this. Are you moving from a place of authentic confidence, or are ego and external validation driving your actions? Ask yourself that very clearly. Plant that seed in your mind and see what answer blooms from that thought. Because the Mars retrograde is going to invite us all to pause and refine our approaches, ensuring that our ambitions align with our heart's desires. That's going to be really important as we move into the new year in 2025. So use this time and this alignment to really heal old wounds. Perfect time to heal those old wounds before stepping into a new year, especially healing old wounds revolved around your self-expression, and to reclaim your inner fire with clarity and intention. Do some meditation. See that fiery energy being ignited in your heart center, and go for the gold, baby. Go for the gold. On the very next day, December 7th, we have Neptune direct and Venus entering Aquarius. And when Neptune is turning direct on the 7th, that's when the fog you're going to notice the fog begin to lift. When it comes to clarity around your dreams and around your intuition, it's all going to return. This shift that's coming in on the 7th is going to enhance our connection to the spiritual realms, to creativity and our higher ideals. So what a perfect time to get out there, friends, and meditate, to delve into those spiritual realms, whatever that may look like for you, because it's different for everybody. Or creativity. Go out and take a class on pottery or pick up something and start painting. Redo something in the house, because that energy is going to be great. Now, when we have Venus entering Aquarius on the same exact day, that's also going to bring in a fresh, innovative energy when it comes to your relationships and when it comes to your values. So this transit's going to encourage us to think outside the box, friends. And I tell clients that. It comes up all the time for clients, friends. People are very much inside their boxes. They don't realize how much can help them outside the box, but they're not willing to look outside that box at all. So that's what this transit's going to encourage us all to do on December 7th. Start looking outside the box, friends. Look outside the box. Embrace authenticity and nurture your connections rooted in mutual respect and freedom. It is a time for all of us to honor our individuality while also building bridges with like-minded souls. So if you're looking for more members of your tribe, or you're looking to build your tribe and vibe with the tribe, what a perfect time to start doing so on December 7th. When the mid-month rolls around, December 15th, that's when the energies are going to be really exciting and intense in many different ways. We have 2 great things happening. First, we finally have Mercury's post-shadow retrograde phase ending, putting us into the post-shadow till January 3rd, I believe, or January 2nd or 3rd. But at the same time, this is when things are going to start to become more clear when it comes to the mental clutter that you may have been dealing with. It'll allow your communication and your plans to move forward with more ease and joy. Great time to plan a trip. Expect there could be little delays, but not like the retrograde. And you're going to see major delays with airlines and all kinds of crap happening around the holidays. We're seeing that right before Thanksgiving because I'm recording this today on the 25th or 26th. I can't see that. Is that 26th? That's when I'm recording it anyway. From Sedona, Arizona at 10:38 a.m. While my family's out, giving me a moment to finish recording this because my first recording didn't work. So that post shadow, again, is going to end on the 15th. It's going to clear away that mental clarity. It's going to allow communication and plans to move forward and to do so with more ease and joy. And on that same day, and of course, we have the full moon in Gemini, dark twin, light twin, Jekyll and Hyde. When that full moon in Gemini lights up the sky, highlighting the importance of adaptability and clear expression. This lunation and this astrological alignment with the full moon in Gemini is going to ask all of us to release things when it comes to outdated beliefs and outdated patterns. And also in how we share things when it comes to our thoughts and our ideas. It's literally an opportunity for us, friends, to align our words with our truth and to embrace curiosity in the face of life's complexities, because life can be quite complex at times. All full moons are about letting go and getting rid of. But this particular full moon, again, is all about getting rid of outdated beliefs and patterns, and you want to do that before we step into the new year. Now, depending on some belief systems, our ancestors celebrated the new year on December 21st, the birth of the sun god in ancient Egypt. And then we celebrated on January 1st. But regardless of when you celebrate it, take the 15th as an opportunity to shed those things that no longer need to be taking you into the new year in 2025. And one of my favorite days of the year is Solstice Day, whether it's the summer solstice or the winter solstice. Just so happens to be in the northern hemisphere on December 21st. We have, of course, the solstice, the winter solstice. But it's solstice no matter where you are in the world. Summer solstice for our friends in the south and winter for us up here in the north. We also have the sun entering Capricorn on the same exact day. So as the sun enters Capricorn on the solstice, we're going to step into this season of grounding and reflection because the Capricorn energy is going to invite us all to create structure around our goals and to build a foundation for long-term success. Perfect timing for the new year. The solstice also marks off the sacred turning point where we honor both the light and the dark and an equal balance of both, of course. It's a total amazing and powerful moment for all of us to celebrate how far we have come while setting our sights on the road ahead. This is a perfect time to embrace responsibility and grace and to align your ambitions with integrity. That's really important. Every solstice I do this. And sometimes if I don't have time, because I'm all doing predictions and all, which I'll be pumping out as soon as I come back from holiday. If I don't do it on the solstice, I usually always do it on the solstice. Sometimes I end up doing it on New Year's if I didn't have time. This year I'll have time to do it on solstice. Write 2 letters to the universe, friends. First, write a letter, dear universe. 2024 was an amazing year, and I finally got this, that, and all the things you're blessed and grateful for that happened in 2024. Then you're going to write another letter. This is the magic, friends. You're going to write another letter just like that, as if you just stepped into a time machine and went to the same day in 2025. This year has been so amazing. You're going to write a letter, including everything that you're working on manifesting and making happen. I never thought, universe, I'd ever get this business off the ground, and I did in 2025, and it's so successful. You get the point, friends. Take advantage of it. This is a very powerful time of the year, and December 21st is an extremely powerful day that can totally align your future exactly the way you want it to. As the month of December comes to a close, we have another amazing and awesome alignment, something that doesn't happen very often, and that's a second new moon in the month of December. And that second new moon of December is going to occur in the sign of Capricorn, the very grounded sign of Capricorn, offering us all a powerful opportunity to plant our seeds once again for the new year. We have all these amazing times to plant seeds for the new year coming up in this month. Not usual either. This is a little, a blessing if you ask me. So this lunation of the new moon in Capricorn is all about being grounded and being practical. It's going to encourage us all to focus on what truly matters in our lives. What truly is it that we want to go in the future as well? What does truly matter? Have you asked yourself that? As we get to the end of the month, you're definitely going to want to start asking yourself that. What truly matters? Reflect on your goals and commit to steady, disciplined action, friends. That's when you will have success. Because Capricorn's influence, success only comes, it doesn't ever come by rushing things, of course, whether it's even if we're not in Capricorn. But with Capricorn's energy, you don't want to rush into things because it's all little deliberate and consistent effort in things that's going to make you successful. This is a perfect time to set your intentions, the intentions that are rooted in your long-term vision of the future, knowing that the steps you take now on the 30th and from that day forward are going to shape a very strong, very lasting future of abundance, joy, and happiness. You just got to put a little work into it, friends. And the 30th of December is a perfect time to put some work into it. Overall, friends, December's astrology is inviting us to balance expansive dreaming with grounded actions. With new moons, 2 new moons, literally bookending this month. One at the very beginning, one at the end. This is a great time of profound beginnings and new beginnings, offering us all a chance to clarify our paths, to realign with our purpose, honor the ebb and the flow of these retrogrades and direct motions, knowing that each planetary shift, of course, is guiding us all toward greater self-awareness and self-empowerment. As the year closes, friends, embrace the beauty and transformation and step into 2025 with clarity, with courage, and with a renewed sense of possibility. Let the stars navigate you to a path of abundance, joy, and happiness in December and in 2025 and beyond. Before I move on to my very specific predictions from my team of amazing spirit guides, I first want to say, welcome back to the channel, friends. Welcome to the channel if you're new here. And if you are new here and you want accurate predictions, prophecy, and truth, and you want to vibe with this awesome tribe, be sure to smash that subscribe, the bell, and all so that you get notifications. And know that you can catch me every Tuesday for Tuesday's Tittle Tea Time Predictions Update, where we talk about world events, how they may or may not align with world predictions, along with new predictions each and every week. So be sure to check it out. Down below, you can find the links to all my social media, including the Subscribe Star Awaken Your Spirit community of supporters who help make this free content possible for everybody else. Those, whether you're a member of this community, the Awaken Your Spirit community, all the supporters and contributions that come into this channel, I couldn't do it without you, and I am so very, very grateful. Again, with infinite love and gratitude. Also, sign up for the free newsletter, where you'll get all this in writing, except for the prediction aspect, but all the astrology, everything will be in the December newsletter, along with special offers and any content that you may have missed in the past. Also, be aware of fake profiles on social media like Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. If you get a message from anybody that appears to be me, I assure you it is not me. So please report those profiles immediately. So shall we move on now to our specific predictions for December 2024? I see big changes and shifts coming to the realms of both travel and in trade. And it's obvious that Trump, of course, is going to raise tariffs and many other changes that are literally going to alter the direction of trade and the direction that trade goes in the future. I see changes around airlines and attempts to implement stricter travel regulations that is likely also going to receive a ton of backlash from consumers. Also, a push that we will see in 2025 by many countries wishing to implement digital ID system that without having would prevent folks from travel, not just by airlines, but also on buses, trains, planes, and automobiles, friends. So parts of Europe are going to be making these pushes, which are already a reality in some form or another of stripping people's freedoms and citizens permanently. This is also going to be accompanied by amazing innovations in the realm of travel. And it's truly going to be not long before we actually see flying vehicles in our skies. This will first be initiated as a basic taxi travel option, kind of like, taking a train or a plane or a bus, but you'll be able to take the flying Uber. And it's also going to be, it won't be long, friends. It won't be long at all before everyday folks are able to see own their own personal flying vehicle. I know it sounds a little crazy, but it's not so far off in the future. Not only that, we're going to be able to see, right in the beginning, it'll be because of the price, of course, and it'll be, of course, the rich global elite that are allowed to have them. They already do, some of them. And it won't be because of price, actually. It's actually going to be more because of FAA regulations. And indeed, it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting futuristic timeline that's just ahead for us in the near future. In the realm of education, hold on tight, as we are about to see major shifts and changes in the global education systems, especially here in the United States. First, we are going to see much controversy around universities once again with more protests, teacher walkouts, strikes, and more resignations as the time has arrived where the brainwashing of the education system is about to begin to collapse. It's already collapsing. The younger generations, I know this might be hard to process, but it's going to be the younger generations that are going to awaken to a point of demanding better education and safer environments. And in the not so far off future, the education system and the future of education system will thrive when it comes to mental illness, because mental illness is going to be addressed and it's going to be dealt with in amazing, innovative ways. But first, mental illness still needs to come to the forefront, unfortunately, as we see it doing, which means that we can expect, unfortunately, many folks enduring their own struggles in the public eye when it comes to mental illness, which we'll see like people really sadly beginning to lose their minds on a whole nother level. But it's going to be more folks like celebrities and, again, people in the public eye, politicians. We're even going to see in the future fights breaking out in the Senate and in the parliaments. It's going to be quite interesting. And there's going to be new developments and reforms and policy changes in the education systems and in the research institutions, especially those that are researching deadly pathogens and bugs, something that definitely needs to come to the forefront. Expect to see major announcements when it comes to space exploration, UFOs, and alien life, and even new life when it comes to Mars and other planets as well. There is going to be huge, and I do mean huge, friends, technological advancements when it comes to all types of travel, but especially when it comes in the realms of space travel. Some of this we're not going to learn about it, of course, until months later. And as I've always told you, when they tell us that they're going to do something, it's because they likely already have done it. They tell us way after the fact. So when we hear of major new discoveries, we can usually count on those being discovered again long before we were ever told about them. We just seen more UFO hearings that just took place here in the United States in the Senate, as I predicted in the past that we would see, even in November's predictions. So expect this to eventually bring more light on the actual technological process and that's been hidden away from us for way too long by our governments. They have a technology that is just mind-blowing. So expect that to be revealed this month and over the next coming year. And also expect to see, and this is kind of really interesting, friends, expect to see leaked photos and video footage that, of course, they're going to try to call it a hoax or some kind of creation of AI, but they will be real. And I see lots of secret video and audio footage being released in the coming year and in December. Not just revolved around, previous mentioned topics and such, but also when it comes to corruption being exposed through secret videos and secret audio footage that ends up bringing down many when we step into 2025. Expect this to start kicking off in the month of December. So what I saw was visions of first footage of like underground, we'll say like military bases, where I saw where they reverse engineered UFO and spaceships. And, the whole, almost like a garage underground of all of them. Then I saw other visions of different political people and politicians with video or things being released. I would imagine that we would see some things released when it comes to the Epstein files, the P. Diddy files, and a lot of other extremely disturbing things that are going to be coming out of Hollywood when it comes to photo evidence and video footage and audio footage. It's going to be quite interesting and probably quite disturbing as well. I see other amazing new discoveries taking place in the coming months and in the coming next few years. Discoveries and revelations in the realms of our own ancient history. Discovery I saw of new texts or manuscripts, and even the discovery of an ancient map that gives us more clarity and closure on our ancient Earth. Discoveries that are going to emerge from the waters and from the deep depths of our oceans. And I saw a major discovery coming out of the Indian Ocean of some type of an ancient civilization. Another discovery of a huge treasure. Wish I could go there and dig it up with them. A treasure in gold that's going to be found beneath the ocean right within the Bermuda Triangle. And then other past discoveries that we're finally going to see being revealed of ancient technologies. Like I said, they've discovered things that they don't tell us about till long after. So expect them to finally tell us about some of these ancient technologies that are going to be quite exciting. It felt very exciting to me anyway. Something actually to look forward to in the amazing future of discoveries. I also see the discovery of 3 new mineral elements. 3 new mineral elements that are going to become very important to the future of technology. So that's something to keep an eye out for. These 3 elements, because that's something you're going to want to invest in quickly if it has a lot to do with the future of technology. International relations is going to crumble between several nations on so many matters, but especially when it comes to immigration, visas, and illegals taking over housing. Housing issues for Europe, the United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada are going to face the most challenging of these issues. Canadians, and those alike, are going to become completely fed up with the limiting amount of housing and special treatments given to illegal citizens. Folks already cannot afford a home or even rent without sharing a room with a roommate or two. So the housing prices will just continue to grow, making it almost impossible for a young new homeowner to actually be able to buy a home. It's going to be simply unaffordable. This will also bring about protests, mainly in the countries I just mentioned, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, mainly in those areas. That's where a lot of conflict is going to break out with people fighting for their right to have affordable housing. This is going to bring about a push to enforce new border laws. So hold on tight, friends, because the immigration issue has not even yet reached its peak of craziness, and it's going to, and we're going to see that in December, but even more so when we reach and step into 2025. It was not that long ago that I warned the west coast of the United States and predicted huge storm systems bringing record rain and snow to the northern areas of California and into Oregon as well. This is actually hitting as I'm recording this video, and I predict that there is going to be a series of off-the-wall types of storms, basically like cyclones that we just saw in that train of continuous rain and snow hitting the northern parts of California. But I see this happening even more so, not just for California, Washington, and Oregon, but even for the Dakotas that are going to be reporting record cold temperatures and record snow and ice fall in December and moving into the whole entire winter months. This is going to occur earlier than usual, like snow hitting places in late October and November that I predicted in the past, and we saw even snow in Saudi Arabia of all places. So expect off-the-wall, sudden storms to bring huge surge in huge waves crashing upon the shores globally in the month of December. I see one area being battered by 3 storms in a row, bringing major floods, rescues, and humanitarian efforts. And I believe that this is somewhere in Asia where these 3 systems hit. I also see our friends in Japan, the mid-region of Japan, being hit with several storms, floods, and mudslides. And this is going to be followed by a small, nothing really to worry about, but a small volcanic eruption in Japan right after they deal with all these floods and such. The Philippines is going to be hit really hard along with Vietnam. And I see severe flooding claiming many lives in those areas in the process. Also expect there to be a very large uptick in both seismic activity and volcanic activity in the month of December, with smaller quakes hitting along the west coast of North America and South America, a very large quake hitting both Chile and Peru, and another mid-sized quake hitting Hawaii outside and also outside of Los Angeles, California. I saw a small quake outside of Las Vegas, Nevada, and a massive quake that's going to hit Turkey. And remember, we saw that a couple years ago, and it was in my predictions where Turkey literally was leveled. I see it being worse than the last one, if that's even possible. And weren't there like thousands of lives claimed in that earthquake in Turkey? What was that, last year or the year before? I can't remember. I can't keep up. But worse, it's worse, Spirit said. The earthquake that's going to hit Turkey will be worse. And there's also going to be another, right around the same time, massive earthquake hitting Afghanistan. I'll go into more detail around weather events and seismic activity on my first December episode of Tuesday's Tittle Tea Time. So be sure to smash that subscribe bell and all, and make sure you keep an eye out for me on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, depending on where on the planet you happen to reside. We are literally about to step onto this crazy train of truth and revelations, especially when it comes to corruption. It's going to be quite exciting, to say the least. In my opinion, it's going to be very exciting because we're going to see so much truth being revealed while at the same time revealing shocking corruption. I saw treason and people being charged with treason and many other criminalities. I've been told, and I've been telling all of you actually for quite some time, years now, where I had visions of people being rounded up and being arrested. Not the illegals, because I saw visions of that last year. In November of 2023, I saw people being loaded on buses and taken out. But that's different from me seeing people being loaded and arrested. Big difference. 2 different things. This has nothing to do with the illegals. This has to do with people doing illegal stuff, more likely. So I saw that years ago, and I feel like sometimes some predictions take 2 to 3 years, and we're at that mark where that's all going to start coming into fruition, and we're going to see a lot of high-profile celebrities, musicians, and politicians, other CEOs and corporate heads being called out into the justice system, being rounded up and arrested. I do feel that these floodgates are actually about to open in December, and 2025 is going to be a year that goes down in history when it comes to justice. And it's not only going to be it's only just going to be the beginning, friends. And I'm not talking just in the United States, I'm talking globally. Although I also feel that we are going to this is beginning now, and in December, moving forward into 2025 and beyond. It is a line where all these it's this time right now, because all these energies and such, that the lies and the corruption ain't going to hold anymore. People, it's just not going to hold. People aren't going to go for it. Lies aren't going to be strong. And the darkness is going to be pulled out into the light, and the light's going to shine and become impossible for the dark overlords to continue lying and people continue to believe it. Not happening. We're moving into amazing new times where that's not going to exist anymore. And I look forward to a future where we finally see justice being served while at the same time freeing so many from the enslavement of being caught up in traffic, because I saw massive rescues of people, especially little kids. Something we definitely need to hold in the light, that all that stuff with the little ones being caught up in traffic comes to an end. I see some types of tensions and feel some type of tensions rising up between 2 borders, between 2 countries. And I believe we're going to see this more than just between 2 countries. We're going to see this multiple times, and I feel like China is going to be behind at least one of these with their wish to push into new territories and claim it as their own. China is getting very pushy, and they're going to be very pushy in the coming months. And I would warn any and all bordering countries to the country of China, especially India, because I saw visions of what looked to me like a thumbnail. Like you're watching a news channel, and they have the little thumbnail at the top corner. And in the thumbnail in my vision, I saw a sign that said border wars. So I'm not sure where, but I'm pretty sure that some of these border wars are going to be between China and India. Back to the prediction of new discoveries, I see discoveries revolved around the Middle East, likely connected to my previous prediction of ancient manuscripts being discovered. We are also going to see this coming out of Italy around the Vatican, especially after the coming changes of popes, because there is going to be a coming changes of the Pope once the current Pope passes away, which will be happening very soon. I also see discoveries of oil and gas reserves, which I feel they already know this exists. Of course they do. Hence the land grab that happened in Gaza and the Gaza Strip. You're going to see them mining mining oil and such from Gaza Strip. You watch. It's exactly, they know what they're doing. It was all part of their land grab. And then it's going to become very controversial when people say, oh, you suddenly discovered stuff there? No, they already knew it was there. So expect to see new construction and a takeover of the Gaza Strip by both Israel and the United States and other allies. More and more folks are going to be catching up with the truth of these land grabs that have been happening all over. We saw what happened in Hawaii, California, Canada. And now we see what happened in Gaza, different scenario, but we still see it happening. So the truth of these land grabs is happening already globally, but it's going to be even more so because we know the dark overlords just wish to profit off of everybody else's losses, grief, and misery. And people are already catching on. So it's not going to be long before some corporations are actually called out by the justice system and by the people for illegal land grabs. It's going to be very interesting, to say the least. There is about to be huge economic shifts and turns, bringing about big changes followed by huge changes in the economic system. Europe, China, and Australia, I feel, are going to be the areas that are going to be hit the hardest, or at least hit first, when it comes to 2025 in the economy. But those economic tensions are going to rise by mid to late December of this month. A few small falls in precious metals will be followed by new all-time highs in 2025. So we got to keep an eye on that price and wait for it to go down just a little bit more. Same goes for cryptocurrencies. As Bitcoin looks more and more like a digital currency platform of our future, because, Trump pushed that and they donated millions and millions for the first time, crypto companies like Bitcoin, millions to the campaign, the Trump campaign of all of them. So a big push. That's why the cryptocurrencies have skyrocketed since the election. So a ton of money can be made in crypto right now, especially if you started gambling in those markets back in November, especially AI related cryptos. And I know you all are going to ask me, so I'm just going to pull it up right now because AI cryptocurrencies. Hold on, let me pull this in. I will tell you which ones I have. I know I don't forget which ones are all AI, but I know this one's AI. Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. And then I don't actually have a lot of AI ones, but I'm watching a lot of AI ones. So if you're in the markets of crypto, these are the ones you're going to definitely want to keep an eye out on. Payal, AI, P-A-A-L, Neural AI, Node AI, Palm AI, and Hash AI. I probably have more than that, but they're the ones I'm watching very closely, and a couple of them I have. But it's not going to be long. Again, it's going to be one of them things. It's a gamble. If you're willing to take that gamble, you can end up making a lot, but there is going to be some economic crashes, and including crashes when it comes to the crypto markets. Remember what I said recently in past predictions? I had a vision of another Sam Bankman-Fried person who takes everybody's money and runs. And it's going to be one of those cryptocurrencies that's up in the billions in the market cap. So you're going to want to be aware, and you're not going to want to leave all your money, especially, look at all these celebrities all lost everything, millions. So as much as I've been feeling that 2024 and 2025 would be the economic collapse, which I still feel could definitely be the case, especially for several countries, not necessarily the United States. Like I said, when the euro falls in Europe, that's when we need to watch the dollar. And I don't feel like that's happening now. Maybe perhaps the new administration is going to delay the process a little bit, but they're only just going to delay the process a little bit. It's bound to collapse, and it's bound to put in new currencies, because we know that the currency that they want to put in is not physical currency. It's all digital currency. But in order for everything to flourish for all of us in the future when it comes to the new earth, everything's got to collapse in order for us to flourish into that place of abundance, joy, and happiness. And in the future, it's going to happen much sooner than it will later. So the economy and world events, I'm going to keep an eye out for my 2025 world predictions, because I'll go more into depth revolved around all of that. And I put that out beginning in December, and mid-December on the 15th, I do a Zoom call. You can find out all the information on my website, josephtittel.com or spiritmanjt.com. I don't know what this is all about exactly, but Spirit kept showing me, and this was really weird, prison systems, and that they are going to become a huge focus in the future, maybe even beginning in the month of December. I even saw resignations of prison heads and lots of uncomfortable truths leaking out of the prison and justice systems. A call to bring new prison reforms and a future system that is actually going to help those that are locked behind bars, instead of the current system that really is basically a complete destruction of their lives. So in the future, when they are released, they're actually going to have a lot more to look forward to in the way of second chances than they currently do, which in the long run will be successful in helping folks get back on their feet in a legal and in a joyful way. That'll be an interesting one to watch for sure. There is going to be some type of a shakeup and controversy coming out of the White House, but also not just the White House, but parliaments in Canada and in the United Kingdom. 2025 is going to be crazy in all these houses, the parliaments and the senates, and others too, when it comes to seeing literal fights breaking out on the floor, and people continue to fight for our freedoms and our rights, including the right for housing for residents first over the illegals. Major protests over housing, and I talked about it earlier, but it comes up again, major protesting in housing when it comes to Australia, New Zealand, and United Kingdom, France, and Canada. And it's kind of funny to hear all of these Americans, especially celebrities, who are suddenly, again, claiming they're leaving the country due to, new administration. They're all leaving the country. And I said, bye-bye, Felicia. Don't come back. But they're going to other countries where things are going to be chaotic. Maybe even perhaps more chaotic. Same thing happened back in 2017. If we were to rewind, people were like, oh, we're all leaving now. We're leaving now. And then they all came back. I say if they leave, they should keep them out. Keep the celebrities away. Ship them out. Let them all move to Mexico or somewhere. Even though Mexico is quite beautiful. As a matter of fact, I'm planning a trip there in the near future. So you should, we're going to see interesting things when the new administration is going into place. Not just the new administration here in the United States, but we have new administrations going in all over. Remember, there were more countries, more elections in 2024 than ever. Like almost every country had some type of major election and a shift and change in power. Now that those shifts and changes in power are going into place, it's going to be very interesting to see how things play out, especially here in the United States. Mass media outlets are already having issues when it comes to people not wanting to watch the mass media news anymore. It's been for some time. People are awakening to their propaganda and lies, especially when it comes to CNN, the controlling news network, who is going to be enduring major issues along with the New York Times, Microsoft News, and many others are going to be facing some karma in the coming months, as more and more people are going to be turning to independent news, honest news online sources instead of the mass media. And more folks than ever, The number one news source right now is actually the X platform, which is a little weird. You think it'd be YouTube. Well, people are running to the X platform for their news. We're going to see not only mass media outlets filing for bankruptcy, we're going to see a lot of change of power when it comes to mass media. Anchors being changed or being, contracts not being renewed, and even the heads of companies like CBS being pushed out and somebody new going into place. All in an attempt to save mass media. I don't think it's salvageable. I think people want independent. Once they catch on to all the lies and corruption and the propaganda, people begin to not want to watch that anymore. And that's the way it's been lately. It's just going to be more and more so the case. In turn, we're also going to see another ban or attack on independent media. Like on, say, YouTube or other platforms where we're going to start taking down independent media because they don't want you to know the truth. But that's not going to hold strong as we step towards the new earth, which is right around the corner. And there you have it, friends, the forecast and predictions for December. And as we're closing towards the end of the year, I am working diligently on predictions and forecasts for the coming year. So be sure to smash that subscribe, the bell and all, so you get notifications. If you want to support the live Zoom call that I do with the supporters for the prediction recording, that is December 15th, I believe. Be sure you can check out everything down below in the description, or go to my website, josephtittel.com or spiritmanjt.com. Until the next time, friends, I hope you have an amazing month of December. Get out there, celebrate life, celebrate you, be kind to others as you wish others be kind to you. And always remember to be bold, be true, be kind, be you. Let your light shine and have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste and much love.